Dennis Anderson here at the celebratory parade thrown by citizens of Corumpere 5 not only has Totally Not Trazen the Infinite claimed victory in the tightly contested race for Scholar Council, but today marks the beginning of Governor Greg's Big Push Down initiative to reclaim lost parts of the hive deep beneath the surface of the planet. Any citizen can apply for a license of reclamation, pass a simple genome test, and they will have their chance to get their proverbial slice of the corpse starch bar. Abhumans are eligible to go beneath, and there is also legislation pending on allowing beastmen to apply, as they are a staple mutative variation of humanity. The legislation is currently being put to the issue and will be voted on whether or not beastmen should be recognized as abhumans with the designation caprinids and bovids. It will be an issue of discussion for citizens today. There are 5 different areas of initial interest for Governor Greg in this big push down. First, we have the Pyrrhus Depths, then the Plague Wards, the Brine Wastes, the Reactor Fields, and finally, the Fungal Caverns. We already have quite a number of interested parties investigating these different areas of interest. We have a gang known as the Rowdy Boys in the Pyrrhus Depths. Totally Not Trazen has applied for a license of reclamation and is currently pursuing his interest in the Plague Wards. Alfarius of the Alfarius Party, as well as elements of the PDF, are in the Brine Wastes. Timmy the Tech Priest has found his way into the Reactor Fields, and it seems everyone's clamoring for the Fungal Caverns, elements of the Rowdy Boys. Lord Ryland and his so-called Tin Army, the Scrap Hawk Gang, an individual known as Rui and their unit, as well as Kane and the Steel Legion, are all vying for control of the Fungal Caverns. Good luck to all of them. We should also be expecting some sort of speech or statement from Totally Not Trazen at some point during the festivities. So we have quite a bit to discuss. Trazen's victory, the big push down, legislation granting beastmen abhuman rights, and of course, the lovely parade itself. We might even hear from other candidates and see what their plans are now that they will not be serving on the Pyrrhus Hive Scholar Council. A reminder, if you would like to share your thoughts with the Corumpere Vox News Network, you need only make a small donation to help us continue to provide you with the best news coverage that money can buy. And we'll give you a voice with which you can speak to the entire planet. Now let's take a look and see what's been going on. So far, things seem to be somewhat peaceful, though there has been discussion of yet another riot. Though Totally Not Trazen has promised to give a lesson type in the new education system for anyone who starts the riot. Let's take a look, see what else we have. We have Rogue Trader seems to have arrived. Steel Legion Kane is present. Eric Rayner also here. Did not make very far headway in the campaign, was not one of the final 5, but still one of note. Totally Not Trazen seems to be a little bit agitated, but he seems to be fairly confident in what has transpired so far. We have a supporter of Timmy the Tech Priest. One Eleanor fangirl, it appears. Perhaps it might be that she is some sort of fangirl of Timmy's. Oh, and here we have Totally Not Trazen the Infinite, fingers in the air, V for victory, to the cheering crowds as he arrives. We'll see if he is ready to speak to everyone or if he's going to wait for the festivities to conclude a little bit farther. But he also might want to speak before things get a little bit more excited. And we all also have received a message from the Steel Legion, and I will pull that up for you once I can get that available. One moment. So we have a statement here from Steel Legion Kane himself. Quote, the Steel Legion 88th, even though we have lost the election to Totally Not Treason, will still aid Corumpere 5 from the Gene Stealer cult, the Plague Zombies, and the Orc forces on this world. We will start work on the reformation of the PDF into a non-corrupt organization, into stalwart defenders of the Imperium. We will work on increasing the defenses in the lower hives of Corumpere 5 and stabilizing the government of Corumpere 5 from the recent revolution, so it can be a beacon world for the Imperial defenders on the same caliber as Cadia and Armageddon. So that's the official the official word from Steel Legion Kane, sharing that with you now as he has conceded to Totally Not Treason. Oh, hello there, big fellow. What have you got there? Oh, that's 2 crowns. All right, go ahead. Please be careful with the Voxcaster. Hi, Mum. I'm voting. What a very sweet, very large lad. Someone let him know that the election's over. But surely such enthusiasm warms the cockles of your heart. We have someone shouting in the crowd, Emperor, the Spurders and the Lizards, you gotta believe me and pay me. It appears to be a mad element of one of the PDF soldier of some kind, seeking payment, but also rambling about Spurders and Lizards. Best of luck to him. There we go. You have a question? Yes, you, sir. Go ahead. Yeah, where can we make a party for the next vote? You only need apply. You can form your own party however way you wish. Just when there's another election, you need to put in the paperwork. Contact a fellow, and I will actually give you his contact information just down below. When there is another election, you will contact that person right there. I just put it in the Vox feed, and they will add you to the list so that when there is a large competition, you will be included, and your election material will be allowed to be dispersed among the public. We have a supporter of the Rowdy Boys, one of the gangs pushing in. That they have apparently elements both in the Purest Depths and in the Fungal Caverns. This particular supporter is stating that the leader of the Rowdy Boys has torn the arms off of an orc war boss with his bare hands. Very interesting. So far, I have the reports from the Underhive have been a bit spotty. We haven't heard much about Treason, Totally Not Treason's push into the plague wards. We have heard that Alfarius of the Alfarius party has established a sort of settlement on the edge of the Brine Wastes where he can, so it's sort of his headquarters where he can then conduct his campaign from that point. Timmy the Tech Priest has had a bit of success, but I do understand that he was injured in the reactor fields. Detractors of Timmy have been reporting that he is in fact dead. We cannot confirm those reports, as we're only receiving them from Timmy's political enemies, as well as law enforcement elements that also would really prefer Timmy to not be alive anymore. Here we have a very threatening-looking fellow. But those are thrones, and here's the Vox unit. Hey, that's some nice Vox equipment you have there. Looks expensive. Oh, wait, Warp, it's Dennis Anderson. Scatter before he get on the news. Well, and there they go. You see, authority and being famous as the voice of Corumpere 5 does have its advantages. And do be careful. We do have a number of very enthusiastic Bulgrins and other Ogrins that are out and about, and they are eager to hand out hugs. So do take care, and perhaps a suit of carapace armor would not go amiss so that you are not accidentally crushed. So far, let's see who we have marching in this parade. We will see what elements have come out in support of Totally Not Treason, and we may see paramilitary units that are going down to be part of the big push down. There we are. We have apparently an element of the PDF is sharing a that appears to be an image, a picked capture taken from recent campaign. It does not look like things went well for them. You can see there are quite a number of what look like some sort of infected Ogrin, a zombie, if you will. And it does not look like those PDF fellows are going to be able to withstand that. We have our first group. We have a group of Skitari. They do not seem to be in support of Totally Not Treason. They are shouting, "Timmy lives, Timmy lives," and they are stomping their metallic feet on the street as they pass by. We have, it appears we have the PDF as well. The Goldhawks are marching very resplendent in their PDF uniforms. It looks like their pockets are a little heavier than usual. It is possible that they may have been paid to march. We have the 63rd Light Dragoon Parade. They are coming forth. Very, very fine. They even have their band. Excellent, excellent. We have what appears to be some sort of evangelist. Unclear whether they are heretic or loyalist. Their enthusiasm has masked any ability. Rejoice, my congregation, for I have returned. Unclear if this is some sort of madman, or if this is a high-ranking member of the ecclesiarchy, or if it is a frothing cultist of some sort. We'll keep you informed about this. We have a statement by the Rowdy Boys. They're looking for people to join the Rowdy Boys in the big push down. They claim to be the biggest and best gang, and they are accepting of mutants and abhumans. Hopefully, they're not accepting of mutants outside of the two standard deviations from the normal acceptable human genome. Of course, abhumans being an exception to that rule as well. It seems like that the Timmy contingent has some people that are interested in joining. There is a very fine, upstanding fellow with quite a few augmentics, sporting some very fashionable, interesting sort of almost looks very, very fresh leather. But these newfangled fashions, I just won't be able to get used to it. Oh. We have a statement from Timmy the Tech Priest comes out in support of Totally Not Treason as a Scholar Board member, as he is at least somewhat sane. That has been a lot of the statements that I have seen from people. It is unclear that there has been a lot of enthusiastic support for Totally Not Treason, but it seems more like a vote for treason was a vote against some of the wilder elements that might have been able to take over. So looks like we have our very large friendly Bulgrin. Go ahead, sir.
Give you a hug. It's okay. I will smash the bad ones. For the Emperor!
Someone direct that enthusiastic fellow. He's got the spirit. He just probably needs to direct that violence in an appropriate direction. We even have some of the parade goers have begun serving burgers. That seems to be, they're now selling. Of course, they will be served with Corumpere pickles, no doubt. Now, it does seem to be, we do have some people among the parade audience who are eager. They're asking when Stomps and when Crumps, likely also eager to take part in the big push down. That is starting today. Hopefully those citizens will know it. And of course, what we have all been waiting for, we have a large inflatable not Trazen the Infinite, floating down the main thoroughfare of Paris Hive. Just need to make sure that it can squeeze beneath the ceiling of this very overbuilt, and there's a lot of pointy things for that to catch on, and hopefully our skilled balloonists will make sure that it makes it to its destination safely. Looks like we have a group of ratlings coming up. Now, we may be shorter than other variations of humans, but we little people can contribute in Reclamation Day. Let's go, lads! Woo! Good to hear that even in the smallest bodies lie the biggest hearts in support of the Emperor. There's been much enthusiasm about the big push down. It is possible that might overshadow Totally Not Trazen's acceptance speech, but we will see whenever he's ready to actually give that speech. And here we have the elements of the PDF coming down the street, and they have their own balloon, a large bag of what appears to be thrones. They have not been shy about being willing to serve as mercenaries for the big push down. That seems to be all they care about. Money, 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 as you can see right there, the sign being held in front of the large balloon. Hopefully that one, they might be able to make it all the way down, but I have a feeling that might catch on something. That's a very large bag of money, and hopefully they'll be able to fit it through this main thoroughfare of Pierce Hive. And they're selling burgers and fried chicken, pickles and drinks. Oh, their pickles and drinks are free at the moment. This may very well start some sort of stampede. Please do be careful. And just almost as if on cue, we have a giant inflatable pickle, and Governor Greg balloons are now floating down the street. And then as well as one for Vice Governor Goodboy, the Canid who was also elected back during the gubernatorial race. He, of course, ran unopposed because who can say no to that cute little face? There we are, and here we have Steel Legion Kane. We have his veterans from the Armageddon War, as well as his Bulgrins. And there we have it, the hero of Armageddon, Sebastian Yark himself in balloon form. It would be presumptuous for me to say what sort of feelings the Lord Commissar would have at seeing his likeness floating down the streets of Corumpere 5. One can only speculate. And there seems to be somewhat of a rush for the food. Hopefully things can stay calm. We do not need another one of the pickle riots. Hopefully this event will not be soiled with the kind of violence that has soiled literally everything else. All right, and here we have totally not treason. He is taking the stand. He is just about ready. So hopefully this will not get out of hand as he makes his speech. He is approaching the Voxcaster now. Let's give a listen.
Hello, citizens. I aim to sort out the education system drastically. Here are the changes I shall make to the education system. I shall start with primary school shall stay the same with how the emperor is great and all those topics. When they enter high school, we shall start with the Necron tier and then why the old ones are responsible for all the issues in the galaxy. Next will be the war in heaven. In science class, there shall be xenodissections, orcs and gene stealers, and many more. The other topics, like Gothic, music, and art, shall focus on examples through our history. And my museum in the plague wards is going well. We have artifacts like the pickle jar Governor Greg was eating from when he was found. I look forward to assisting this planet's glorious future.
And there you have it. That is one of the major issues that one of the major events that was meant to occur today. We have finally heard from Totally Not Treason in his acceptance speech. We have some people pleading for no rioting. It's trying to get a handle on what the crowd's response is. We have the very loud individual who had come earlier are asking where is his skin. Obviously, it is on his body. You can't grow a mustache if you do not have skin. At least somewhere. You have to have skin somewhere. But maybe the rest of it is augmetic. Is that really any of our business? We have some saying that is a proper education. We have though many of the crowd, some people have responded positively to Totally Not Treason, but many people are vigorously moving towards the quote free drinks and free pickles, which has been very enthusiastic in their pursuit of these things. We have another member of the crowd exclaiming that this is acceptable, but there needs to be more emperor worship. Timmy has now gotten up on a soapbox. He's saying that Musalis has disappeared like some kind of warp creature. This means that Musalis is a crotolid. Some interesting accusations about the former governor. It would be interesting to see if there's any sort of investigation to confirm or deny these accusations. Right now, we do not have anyone on this, but if we find any credible evidence, we will report to you as soon as we hear something. I can hear him Totally Not Treason the Infinite, a shout of riot. I don't know if he's warning against riots or what he is or hopefully he is not encouraging the riots. We have the Corumpere commandos are now marching down the street as well. Hopefully they will discourage any sort of, this elite group will hopefully discourage any sort of riot that is going on. We have our Arbites are around. They are trying to keep the citizenry from pushing or from causing any sort of disruptions. It is unclear. We have an enthusiastic Bulgrin stating the Emperor is great. And we have Steel Legion Kane himself going to hug Totally Not Treason in a very big statement of approval. As Treason is now stating, he's informed us that Musalis is not a Crotalid, and he is not in his museum. So the location of former Governor Musalis is still a mystery. There's some very loud shouting. Now there seems to be a call to violence. Use your holy flamers. There's maybe still an urging to go down to be part of the big push down. Hopefully that will also reduce violence in the city as in general, as people who are power hungry now have an actual outlet to go and conquer useful parts of the hive and bring them back under government control. And the rather enthusiastic Bulgrin is moving to hug Treason and Kane. Be a little careful. We don't want to lose our newest Schola Council member when we've just gotten him. There seems to be the shortage on pickles. Hopefully that keeps everyone calm. We do have quite a bit of military and law enforcement are out here. This should discourage, as well as numerous elements of the military that are in the parade. So hopefully things are going to remain peaceful. But we shall see. We shall see. It does indeed seem that the shouting individual is some sort of member of the ecclesiarchy with a group of emperor-loving zealots. They are trying to be a part of the big push down, as far as I can tell by their statements. And Timmy the Tech Priest is urging people to charge the pickle production factorums. Oh, Timmy, 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 if you charge the factorums, they stop making pickles. You will only be disrupting pickle production. Though it does appear to be that elements that support Totally Not Treason the Infinite are being able to provide more pickles to the vendors. So hopefully that will be able to stop some of these violent eruptions. Oh, I have heard I've now heard someone shout riot. Someone hearing riot. Someone has shouted, "Seize the means of pickleduction." Now we have now begun in the violence, as is apparently customary. Fortunately, Totally Not Treason the Infinite has been able to give his speech. Much of the parade has been able to go on as normal. And this is going to be a brutally short riot, because many military units, entire regiments are here. They are going to crush these rabble rousers. And there we are. The Arbites are coming in. They are promising punishment in the cube for those who are rioting. And let it be clear that even though the Corumpere Vox News Network does get extremely high ratings whenever these riots do break out. We do not support them at all. They are a relic of the past, part of a period of time before democracy was instilled, and the only answer to tyranny was through rioting. Now, isn't it much more fun to vote instead of rioting? And Steel Legion Kane has stated that he is going to get the Baneblade. It would be most unfortunate that there is a riot here in the main square. There are many shops. We're not far from the Factorums. Hopefully the violence does not spread to pickle production. It would be a shame if this auspicious day the violent tendencies of our citizenry were wasted on each other instead of being put to proper use down in the depths of the Underhive with the big push down. Perhaps that can be what happens. It does seem to be that the Arbites and the different military organizations are sort of funneling the rioters down into deeper parts of the hive, perhaps so they can go be useful, or at least go be destructive in a place that isn't in the middle of town. And Timmy the Tech Priest, despite it appears to be changing directions again, had been for attacking the Factorums, is now going for the Underhives, cheering for the Pickles. And it appears I'm losing my signal.
RNN reporting on wonderful day. Yes. With the Trazen with great mustache announced improvement on education. Good. Education provided to us abhumans? Who knows? Also, rumors of pickle shortage to Tech Priest. More on this later. Okay, bye now.
It appears that our technical issues have been resolved. Hopefully, the news day will not be too disrupted, and we can continue to report on these riots, which hopefully turn from simple enthusiasm into violence that can be used for the benefit of the Imperium of Mankind. The PDF elements are charging the rioters. It appears that the vendors are still trying to... So things are somewhat continuing as normal, as the vendors have returned to serving more Grox burgers, fried chicken, and pickles. The retinue of Totally Not Trazen the Infinite are wading in, and my word, they whatever their weapons they have, they are just slicing through people. It's like they aren't even there anymore. Interesting las technology. I haven't seen them in such a green light before, but they are very much disintegrating entire swathes of people. I have never seen the like of it before in my life. And there we have it. We have the fanatics following their priest. They are following Timmy the Tech Priest down into the Underhive to so-called claim his cathedral. The Arbites are rattling off all of the violations of law that have been occurring. Firing a firearm in the hive without filing the proper discharge forms. Oh my word! There are so many charges that are being thrown out. It will be interesting to see how many are actually caught and how many are able to slip away into the ungoverned parts of the Underhive, where hopefully they will be able to use their licenses of reclamation to bring more territory into the fold of Governor Gregg's administration. We have a Cadian here. Looks to be a commander. Yes, sir, go ahead and speak.
This is Lieutenant General Harkin Guter. We are requisitioning this Voxcast temporarily to report that our division will soon begin a campaign in the Plague Wards. The battle group is in need of auxilia.
Now there you have it. It appears Lieutenant General Harkin Guter is looking for able-bodied citizens who are armed and ready to fight the good fight in the Plague Ward. Given that it's called the Plague Ward, I would recommend full body protection as well as a rebreather with a very, very hefty filter to eliminate any and all biological contaminants. Looks like we have Brother Bakad, Demeter, and he is one of the sons of Dorn, one of the Imperial Fists, looking to build fortifications as always. Your services may be required, brother, down in the Underhive as part of the big push down. And we have elements of the Arbites chasing after Timmy. They might also go down into the Underhive. Hopefully they will not neglect their duties to the hive itself in pursuit of Timmy, as he somehow managed to get a license of reclamation. It is unclear how he was able to do so. Totally not Trazen the Infinite. Good to see you, sir. Congratulations once again. And of course, as always, you are welcome to the Vox.
To the Cadians going to the Plague Wards. Stay away from my museum. I just built it.
So, indeed, Totally Not Trazen the Infinite has begun making inroads in the Plague Wards, but it will still remain to be seen which one of them will be able to claim the Plague Wards as their own, cleanse them of any taint that exists down there, and submit it for reintegration with Corumpere 5 planetary governorship. Oh yes, and if you are all interested in being in Corumpere's, if you would like to be part of the Corumpere story, we do have a link to the Discord, which I will be posting right here. If you are enthusiastic and want to actually be part of the big push down, right there, that's where you want to go. And there is a channel known as Corumpere 5, and that is where all of the happenings are occurring. Many factions pushing down, many horrible stories about things going on down below, but we shall see who is able to take advantage of the big push down. But you want to click on that link right there, and that will take you to Corumpere 5, where you will be able to participate. Here we have that launch fellow. Go ahead, big guy.
I have brought more pickles. They are very tasty. I'll go bring more now.
I don't think those are pickle. Oh, I can't say no to him. He's just so enthusiastic. We have a rather tall fellow, and it seems that he has claw-like augmetics. Could be of use, of course. Also, the dashing sort of leather draped over him. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sorry, but who is fighting who?
Oh my word! He just slew a man. Well, we're trying to get everyone to go down into the depths of the Underhive. Going to be trying to conquer the Pyrrhus Depths, the Plague Wards, the Brine Wastes, the Reactor Fields, and the Fungal Caverns. And there are quite a number of different factions that are vying for control over these particular areas, and there are many, many dangers down below. Please do not go down there if you are not prepared. Or if you're currently being violent, go ahead and go down there unprepared. Oh, I can hear orc war cries. Hopefully that's echoing up from the Underhive. We have reports that things are going well in the Brine Waste, that the PDF has been able to establish a number of bases as well as a safe house. The Steel Legion 88th also is elements of that unit are down there as well. Oh, and of course we have Hawkins of the Scrap Hawk Gang, disappointed that he was not able to take part in the riots. Hopefully, of course, he was hoping to prevent them and stop the violent, undemocratic elements that have been trying to prevent this peaceful transition of power. And it appears that Brother Bakad Demater has constructed a number of defensive structures near different entrances. It might be to prevent anything from being able to come back up. We'll see if he ends up throwing his lot in with everyone else down below and seizing a piece of the Underhive for himself. But he'll have to do it. He'll have to compete with other elements to bring them into the fold. The fellow who spoke earlier, who was confused as to who exactly he was fighting, that is Mr. Flay. So just for anyone who was confused. Oh, here we have a back to the parade. We have the lovable Pickly, the pickle mascot of the Echelon Pickle Consortium. And there we have it. He is chanting for the Emperor and the Governor. And he, too, look at that. He is running off into the Underhive, joining the big push down. Attaboy, Pickly! Most of the riding seems to have moved down into the Underhive. I'm going to try to follow and see what is happening. It's rather confusing. Many people are fighting each other. It is unclear if they have been able to fight the different dangers down below. We have heard reports of sort of plague-infested zombies. There have also been pickle zombies, some sort of failure in the brine, or some sort of corruption by outside forces of the brine, have led to an infection which causes the body to pickle and become extremely resilient. And here we have, it appears we have our rival from RNN. Oh, fine. I said anyone who donated could speak. Go on ahead.
Hello, I am from RNN. What will be added to the museum after the Great Push? Also, love the mustache.
Oh, an actual question for Totally Not Trays in the Infinite. Hopefully he will be able to hear that over the sort of cacophony of fighting that's going on right now. All right, there do seem to be also elements of orcs as well as gene stealers down in the depths. It appears that the Pyrrhus depths are mostly occupied by gene stealers. The plague wards by plague zombies as well as heretical cultists that appear to be spreading this contagion. The brine wastes are mostly, you have to be careful of the toxic pickle fumes, acidic brine pools, as well as pickle zombies. The reactor fields, of course, you must be careful of high levels of radiation as well as a variety of mutants. And the fungal caverns have largely been occupied by orcoids. For at least the PDF, things do not seem to be going well. But with enough people throwing their way down there, it appears that the big push down might still be effective. PDF is being pushed back. It is unclear exactly what's been going on, what has been attacking them, what has had them surrounded. And we have Hawkins of the Scrap Hawk gang. Go ahead, Hawkins. A question for Trazen. Where is my throne-accursed car? Sorry I had to censor you there, Hawkins, but probably unnecessary. It's not that bad of a word, but just to be safe. All right, looks like we have people. Oh, you. Well, your thrones are good. Go ahead. There's this hideous individual would like to speak with you.
What sort of hat are you wearing? Whoa, is your voice able to be projected so much?
No, don't touch those. Away with you. No, don't touch these things. You're allowed to talk into the Voxcaster. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. So, someone get me a broom. We have. There are attempts now to build the cathedral. I don't know what sort of congregation he hopes to have down there. Pickled Ogrins and the zombie Nids. My word, there are so many terrible things that have been living for so long underneath our very feet. It's a good thing someone's dealing with them. Oh, and totally not Trazen the Infinite his state is comparing the mayhem that we're experiencing right now to the war in heaven all over again. People might ask, how does he know about the war in heaven, and why would he say it's happening again? He is simply a learned student of history. We have the 833rd. They are mustering at the entrance to the Plague Ward. It does not seem that they are very well equipped. And that would be the area that I would say you most need to be well equipped because of the hazards of going down into the Plague Ward to begin with. It used to be an area where much medical research was done, many medicines and different chemicals and biological pharmaceuticals were being produced. Unfortunately, these systems have collapsed and they have turned to evil use by the dark elements that dwell in that area. Hopefully we'll be able to reclaim it and turn it back to a positive use. Oh, and here we are. We have. I do believe I see Hawkins's vehicle. Looks like our enthusiastic fellow, our very big, large, enthusiastic fellow, has a hold of it. And go ahead if you want to speak your mind, big fellow.
This will get many pickles. Oh, hi, not treason. Can I get more pickles for this?
Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. A good pat on the head for the Emperor's good boy. He's just excited. Many different. We have the PDF not doing so well. It appears that a number of supporters of Totally Not Treason, fellows with very interesting augmetics, long claws, and they just seem to be able to appear out of nowhere. They must be very quick indeed, masters of stealth, to be able to infiltrate just about anywhere and just emerge. Definitely something to be of great use in the big push down. We hear that the PDF needs an extract right now. Well, I do apologize, but we can't extract you. Extraction generally means by some sort of atmospheric craft. You are deep, deep, deep underground, my friends. Nothing's coming to extract you. You will have to extract yourselves. We do have a commander searching for his pickle Bane Blade. That, of course, is the Bane Blade of Echelon, the Pickle Consortium, which has been acquired and is the flagship military vehicle of the Pickle Consortium, and has been so for quite some time. It's good to see that they are committing it to the big push down. And for those of you who wish to continue in a more coherent way for the big push down, you do want to click here. I've just put that in the Vox stream. That will allow you to more coherently push down into the depths of the Underhive. It does appear that many people have sort of moved on to the next thing. That even Totally Not Treason, while he has stated his intentions for the Scholar Council and what he would like to do to improve things, everyone seems to be most enthused about this big push down. We have Hawkins of the Scrap Hawk Gang. Go ahead, Hawkins. A question for the PDF. The zombies walkers or runners? A good question for the PDF. Are you dealing with running zombies, or are you dealing with the sort of shambling, slow-moving zombies? It appears that we have the PDF are going to be able to retreat back to the defenses of the Imperial Fists. Hopefully that will help them with this extraction. We have reports that the zombies are indeed runners, and they can jump as well. These are all initial reports, and the Plague Ward is far too dangerous for reporters to get down there themselves. We're getting more reports that things are generally not going well, but there is some effort to hold the line. Yes, you, sir. You wish to speak as well? Go right ahead. Oh, look, CVNN, I think this gallery is sort of nice. They have an exhibit with a live impersonator of Lord Krieg. really convincing, honestly. A 5 throne rating. So someone has been able to visit the museum that is down in the Plague Ward that has been established by Totally Not Trays in the Infinite, and that really is something quite amazing that he has found someone with a remarkable likeness to Lord Krieg, who sadly has vanished and is presumed dead after the tragic events on Cadia, which, of course, is still standing. There currently apparently there's a big attempt to hold a base down in the Underhive. It is unclear if they're able to do so. The PDF seems to have retreated back to the Imperial Fist defense. Steel Legion Kane is asking for Creed. I don't know if he knows that this is a Creed impersonator. Why would Totally Not Trays in the Infinite have the real Creed in a museum? That's nonsense. But it appears to be that the 88th Steel Legion is charging Totally Not Trays in the Infinite's museum. And that has been the big parade. The menials are now moving through, cleaning up the various confetti and dropped drink containers and pickle rinds. Many of the pickles have been stomped in the rush for pickles. But that concludes our parade. And now everyone has now forgotten about the welfare of the common man in the Underhive and are now concerned with attacking horrible monsters underneath the feet of those suffering humans in the Underhive. It appears that there is a volunteer army of museum critics that are fortifying and defending the entrance to the museum. One moment, it appears that hold on, a wild canid has stolen my Voxcaster. I will return. All right, I have gotten my Voxcaster back. Let us see what has been happening. Yes, we have a defense of Totally Not Trays in the Infinite's museum from what appears to be a misguided attack by Steel Legion Kane, a much respected and well-loved member who had a fairly successful run and had previously hugged Totally Not Treason. So there must be some sort of confusion here. But that might be the case in war. This just doesn't seem to make any sense to me. He must have misunderstood that this was a Creed impersonator, not Creed himself. But I don't blame him if I thought that Totally Not Treason for some reason was holding the real Creed. Well, there's just about nothing I wouldn't do to free that hero of the Imperium. There we are. Let's see. Steel Legion Kane seems to still be trying to recover Creed. Others are still trying to fight the other enemies. The Gene Stealer elements are down below. The museum critics are trying to hold out against Steel Legion Kane. We will see if this standoff can be resolved before there is museum-related violence. It appears to be that the concession stand operator is leaving. Farewell. Perhaps everything will sort of die down now that people cannot purchase Grox burgers or pickles. We see Totally Not Trazen is over nearby the critics. It is unclear if he is menacing them or if he is menacing Steel Legion Kane. It'll be interesting to see how this standoff concludes. Now there are orders to destroy the museum, even though it was part of Totally Not Trazen's campaign promise to build a museum for our children. Now, as soon as he's won, there are now being calls to destroy it. That's democracy for you. Literally elected on a platform of having a museum for the children, and now, likely due to some sort of confusion, there are elements of the elements of the Guard, elements of the PDF, all different sorts of groups trying to stop, trying to destroy the museum. We have Hawkins of the Scrap Hawk gang. Go ahead. Don't forget chili fries from the Scrap Hawk gang's fast food. Out there he is, Hawkins of the Scrap Hawk gang, grappling with an orc. And we have here, it looks like one of the supporters of the museum has arrived. This is a representative of Historia Liberation Army. We have demands for more funding to Historia institutions, larger academic grants, and free admissions on Sundays as well as Wednesdays. Bold demands from those who have been defending Totally Not Trazen's museum. And it looks like we have the unsure of what Totally Not Trazen is going to do. And it appears that Totally Not Trazen is relinquishing the Creed lookalike into Kane's custody. Hopefully this means that the fighting over the museum will end, and we can turn our attention to fighting the true enemies, the mutants, the gene stealers, the heretics, all the different nasty things that are really under the feet of our citizens. There are still calls to destroy the museum, however. It seems that the desire for the museum to be destroyed seems to override the reason why you're destroying it. It doesn't really seem to make sense. All right, and we do have Steel Agent Kane leaving. He has taken the Creed impersonator, the actor. It might just simply be upsetting to see someone mimicking Creed when the pain of Creed's passing is so near. That the tragedy of Cadia shouldn't be forgotten, and perhaps this was maybe not in the best taste. Oh, and apparently in the museum there is a section that has been dedicated to the events of the zombie incursion and the various riots, as well as the emergence of a creature that I'm not actually able to report on for fear of reprisals from certain Ordo Maleuses. And apparently, there might be some sort of area of opportunity for the PDF, because it appears that they might be looting quite a bit now. But we shall see. Well, I think we have been covering the events of the initial big push down. We have talked about Totally Not Treason and his victory in the Schola Council election. He has done his victory speech. He has made his promises. It appears, at least for now, that the museum is going to be functioning and the threat has been resolved. The riots have now moved down into the Underhive as the different gangs and military units are vying for control over the fresh territories that are targeted for reclamation. And once those areas are targeted, there's plenty more Underhive to claim as we go deeper and deeper, and surely nothing happens when you delve too greedily or too deep. So if there's anything else that anyone would like to say, we shall be wrapping up our Voxcast shortly. It does seem to be that the 88th is returning to base, perhaps to reorganize and resume their campaign down in the fungal caverns, where there are reports of orcs. It makes sense that they would spend their time and energy dealing with the greenskins primarily. That is what they're useful for. Hello again.
Are you a god? Are you the voice god that filters through the walls?
I am Dennis Anderson. I'm the voice of Corumpere 5. Please don't eat me. And my Voxcasts are transmitted throughout the hive. Please do not. You're not one of those people that wants to consume their gods. I have heard that there are people who want to do that. You just go on. Go do things. Do things that aren't right here. Please, thank you. There's everyone's gone and gone down into the Underhive, and I'm sort of just here with this lovely fellow. Oh, and there he goes. Off he goes. All right, so it does appear that we are coming down to the end. More will be happening if you go to the live feed of Corumpere 5. You can hear more details. I'll post the link to the live feed right here. Hawkins is running by. That mutant is a heretic. Kill it quickly. Well, good luck, Hawkins. I'm going to not speak ill of anything that still might shamble back and cause me harm. So, good luck. Oh, and it does. Commander Baneblade, it does seem to be a Krieger. I had not realized that. But the fight will continue. The fight is, of course, endless. As the years and years roll by, we will see if there's any ground to be gained down in the depths of the Underhive. We shall see. Best of luck to all of you. But this is Dennis Anderson, and I will be signing off. Oh, and we have that big fellow back again.
I'm still here, newsman.
Please unhand me. I need to exist to tell the news. All right, before I am further damaged, I'm going to end this Voxcast. This has been Dennis Anderson, and I just...
and Skaven in power armor joins battle, clearing sections for new homes for Skaven, reporting from museum behind the wall of guns. Yes, yes, all good things. RNN out.
And that's all we have to say here at CVNN. Best of luck to everyone here in Corumpere 5 for the glory of the Empire, for the glory of Greg. Farewell.